Hello, everyone. This is the Wisdom and Truth channel, Tarot with Isabel. This is the part two of my video called The Truth About Manifesting. And I put that into two parts because I feel I have a lot to say about that, and I might be adding on with another, maybe I'll make a series out of it. I don't know. But what have we established in part one? First, everything is energy. Okay? I've shown examples, I've talked about it. Secondly, our thoughts create energy too. Our thoughts change, our thoughts that we think change something in the world or in our lives. They have the power. That is essentially manifesting. It's as easy as that. Point number three. Most of the time, we manifest unconsciously. Just the way we think, just the things we believe in, limiting thoughts about ourselves, all these kinds of things, they actually change the way our life either looks to us or the life responds towards us. Things like, I will never find a good job. I will never find the perfect partner. Things like that, we have to realize things like that are manifesting, are cementing our future and the way our future is going to look. We've established that. So even if we try to consciously manifest, we might get into conflict with the way we actually believe. If we believe we aren't worthy of good things that are happening to us, then they most likely won't. So we've come that far. I like the little analogy that I've watched the other day from Eckhart Tolle. I do really like his talks and his teachings, and I think there's a lot of absolute truth in it. So he told this little story. A couple goes to church, and the pastor there talks about the saying of Jesus when he said, "And if you could only believe, you could move mountains." So they go home, and the wife says, you know what, I've been thinking about what the pastor said today, and I want to try this out. So out of this window, there is this little hill in front of our house, and it always sort of blocks the view. And I wish it would be gone. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm wishing this hill is going to be gone by tomorrow. So she closes the curtains, they go to bed, and in the morning she opens the windows. The hill's still here. She turns around to her husband and says, "See, I knew it wouldn't work." Okay, what are we learning from this story? She was convinced it wouldn't work. So she got exactly what she believed in. She might say otherwise, but the universe is not deceivable. The way you think sends out energy. So the universe knows exactly the way you think. And your thoughts, you might say, I wish this hill would be gone one time. But your thoughts, I'm not sure how many it was, but I think we think about 15,000 thoughts per day. Now imagine the balance here. I'm saying one time, oh, I really wish this hill would be gone. But I'm thinking 15,000 times per day. It's not going to work. Manifesting is just a hoax. There's nothing behind these, just people, spewing stuff. Now imagine the amount of different impact this is going to have. Take a different example. I wish I would get this job. I need this job one time. But the other time, or the other 24 hours of the day, you're thinking, I'm actually worthless. I've got no good education. My portfolio looks like trash. I'm just an unlucky person. Nothing ever works out for me. Do you see how this like tips the scales to what you're actually putting out into the universe? Okay, I have all sort of covered that in the first part. I'm getting sidetracked here. But now comes the point that I really wanna bring home here. So 99.9% of the time we manifest unconsciously, just with whatever we're thinking all day. So, next point. We are ruled, governed by a small amount of people. And I'm not talking about politicians, not talking about governments, I'm not even talking about like world corporations, because these are also only just a handful of corporations. I am talking about the people beyond that make the plans, the big plans for our future, the worldwide plans. We have been seeing that increasingly in the last decade, that things are being implemented worldwide at the same time with the exact same playbook. Okay, that should get us thinking there's someone beyond these individual governments that is making the plans. And it's not even the World Health Organization. It's not the Club of Rome. It's not the Bilderbergers. It's not the World Economic Forum or any kind of non-governmental organization. It's even higher up pyramid. I don't know who these people are, but we are pretty sure they're not that many that actually decide onto the future of the earth. But how are they going to implement that? They need us, okay? Because they are few and we are many. They need us to manifest unconsciously for them. We live in a world that is exactly what it looks like because of us. Okay, we have to take responsibility here. It's not, the government is doing this and that, and the World Economic Forum is saying this and that, and the World Health Organization is wanting us to do this and that. We live in a world that looks the way it looks because we manifested it. Okay, but how do they get us to do that? Very easy. The narrative. Okay, have you noticed? Within probably the last decade, what are we getting on Hollywood movies? There's the dystopian future where the environment is completely dead. We live in completely barren facilities. We have a number. We are checked, like every single move is checked. Every let's say, every action that we take is governed by an entity. You know, we live in little cabins. We all wear the same stuff. That is what Hollywood is selling us here. Or the other thing, the other kind of movie. Okay, the poles have melted, and now there's this shock flood wave, and it sort of swaps a whole city, and everyone needs to go for survival. The other one, okay, there are highly advanced aliens out there, and they're gonna come kill us all, and we have to fight them. Okay, that's the other story. That's all these stories that are fed to us 24/7. But these are just stories. But we actually start to believe, yes, that's probably how the future is going to look like. And then we unconsciously manifest that. Or we fear that. And then if someone comes and says, you know what, I have a solution. You don't need to die in a burning planet because the environment is fucked. No, we gonna change that. Okay, but you need to give up all your rights. You need to give up all your money, all your assets, all your cars, like travel. There's none of this. Okay, to actually save the planet, you will have to do this. Bam, 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 bam. Stay in a little cabin. Fashion is out of the question. We all wear the same stuff. We know exactly what you spend, where you go, every movement of you. We need total control, or else we're all gonna die in a disaster. Okay, and if enough people believe that, then it's going to happen. Okay, and if enough people believe that is the solution, they're going to implement it. So there is this narrative, and it's not only Hollywood movies, it's in every magazine, every blog, every mainstream newspaper. Does anyone even read newspapers? Okay, every television channel, all of that sells a narrative. Okay, they don't tell us facts or truths. They tell us what they want you to believe. And why? Because I've been asking myself, why? Why are they telling? It's the constant machinery. That's why they use like influencers, like social media influencers. They pay them to tell the narrative, to repeat and repeat and repeat from every channel that you go towards. You hear the same narrative. We need to do this. We need to do that. You need to give up this. You need to limit yourself here. Blah blah blah. You need to accept this. You need to accept that. And why are they doing this? Because they want us to believe that that is what we need to do. And therefore we will manifest it. We will accept it, and therefore they can implement it. If at one point in time we would all, okay, or at least the critical mass, I think it's around 40%, 30%, something like that, could even be as low. We have to look up Rupert Sheldrake. He probably has given us a percentage of when this critical mass is reached. If this critical mass believes in a positive future, in a clean environment, in a loving, accepting society without pressure, with immense load of freedom, then we would have that. That would start to emerge. It's as easy as that. Okay? So we have to believe that that's possible. And we have to be conscious about our thoughts. And we also have to be clear that we think negative things, that when we are afraid of things to come, we give it power. It's as simple and as easy as that. And therefore, I really feel it's a very essential thing to try and regulate your mind, to actually stay on the positive and stay on what you want and not what you fear and not what you don't want. Because if you think what you don't want, you give that energy too. Okay, so it's not I'm fighting against war. That is, so fighting first is the wrong thing anyways. Then war, so we give this war energy. I'm like, no, I want a peaceful world. I want people to love each other. I want the truth to be a virtue. I want, in all things, virtues to come back into our lives. I want less importance on money and more importance on interactions with people. I want, okay? This is something that we could sort of start consciously thinking about. And I feel that this is the reason why, if someone tells the truth, or the truth that they believe that is the truth, I'm not saying I'm here out here 100% right. This is what I believe is the truth, okay? But if it diverges from the narrative, then these people are treated as aggressors, as a threat to democracy and stuff like that. Why? Because they literally could change the way the future looks. As simple as that. So if we want to manifest in our lives, if we want to manifest as a collective, we have to become conscious of our thinking. We could do that by just training our thoughts. Meditation, getting quiet, sort of also this media detox, that we are constantly seeing pictures, listening to other people's stories, listening to the next, disaster that's happening anywhere, because we don't get positive news. And so we feel, or we believe, there is no positivity out there because it's not being shown, it's not being talked about. Every little thing we see on the news is negative. So that's what builds our reality in a way. And so that's something I feel is very, very important, to bring that back into the tarot kind of field. That is that so what I want to sort of explain with the whole concept is, I feel it's a very empowering kind of standpoint and thought. If we realize it's not outside circumstances, it's not this like inherited kind of bad luck that we that even our dad had and stuff like that. It is actually something we can do something about. Our current situation is a reflection of our thinking, and I feel if we understand that and really try and get conscious of our thinking, yes, if we practice meditation, but also a gratefulness and a positive, if we just reiterate the positive thinking, I definitely believe that we can start getting more conscious of our negative, self-limiting strategies that, or sabotaging strategies that we tend to put into place. And if we take back this power, and then we can become conscious manifestors, and we can't not only change our life, but the world in as a whole, as a collective. And yes, you could think, there's a million ideas out there how this world could look. So, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I feel there are few very important points that almost every human will agree upon: freedom, peace, love, opportunities, abundance, and sort of creation instead of destruction, and growing instead of depleting. So these are just simple, very simple starting concepts that we can build, or that we can maybe agree upon as humanity, and that can be built upon. And if we'd only understand our power, we that are the many, against, or not against, over the few that want to push us in a certain direction that we obviously don't want as a collective. And the media can like reiterate it a million times. If you talk to people privately, and I do that on a regular basis, I have a lot of face-to-face readings, and I'm really in touch with a lot of people and with a lot of customers, and I know how people actually think. And it's not the story we get fed by the media. That is not how people feel about current issues at all. Okay, and just to sort of finish it all up, why am I putting the video out today? It's the 20th of April. Today is this hybrid solar eclipse in the new moon. And this means for us that this is the perfect time to set intentions, to start manifesting, because everything's put to a restart. The sun's going out and it's coming up again. The moon's invisible gets visible through the eclipse. Absolute perfect timing to start new intentions, to start new projects, new ideas about our future, our lives, our goals, and our dreams. And if we can understand that, then that is a perfect timing to put all your energies, all your wishes into this solar eclipse, to really get the energies going for you and not just undirected, unconsciously anywhere. Okay, so a very focused approach onto manifesting for this new phase of your life, and for this possible restart or reignition that we can give onto world events even. Well, I hope this made sense to you. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, feel free to write it down and we can start a conversation. See you in the next reading.